Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's Danielle Warren and I love all things travel experiences and going fun new places, trying new things. Today's video is my top 10 essentials for most travel, most out of the country, even in the country travel. These are like my must-haves, my go-tos. These are my top 10 gotta have it items. If you're new to my channel and you have not subscribed yet, I would love for you to subscribe and I would love for you to like this video, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. And with that said, let's jump into the video. So my first thing that I need to take with me when I'm traveling is things that I can throw away when I'm done with them. Like travel toiletries, things that are small, disposable masks. Even when if you're in COVID times is when I'm filming this. So disposable masks, travel toiletries, things that when I was done with it, I could just chuck it and get rid of it. That way you have more room for if you bought souvenirs or you collected things along the way and you gotta bring it home with you. So it really is helpful if you can get rid of some of the stuff that you take. A lot of times my supplements and my toiletries take up a good amount of space. So luckily those are things that are consumable and I'm gonna run out of and be able to throw it away. Number 2, immune support supplements. This is huge for me, especially I think for anybody. If you're traveling and you're gonna be in a new environment, trying new foods, not in your normal bed, so your sleeping might be a little off. A lot of things are different when you're traveling, so you wanna make sure you're taking extra care of your immune system. That means zinc, vitamin D, vitamin C. I take greens with me, like it's, like powder, like a powder supplement that I can put into my water that just gives me a lot of extra antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, super good for your health. A couple other things are like elderberry supplements. So it just depends on what you're actually currently taking and what your doctor recommends for you. But I'm always very intentional about bringing immune support supplements. Number 3, and this depends on where you're going. It kind of goes along with supplements, but medications for upset stomach, diarrhea, anything like that. If you get a little queasy at times, whether it's from flying, driving, trying new foods, being in a new place, you just never know. You might need to have some of those backups. I love peppermint essential oil. I use Digest from Young Living, and I also make sure that I travel with an anti-diarrheal as well, just in case you have a little bit of upset stomach. It's just better to have it on hand than to have to go to get it when you really, really need it. Number 4, bug repellent and itch cream. A lot of places that you go, you're gonna be dealing with bugs, okay? Unless you're like going to frigid places where it's freezing climate. Obviously, it's a little bit different, but generally I try to bring with me a bug spray or bug wipes and some kind of itch cream so that I'm not miserable when I'm traveling. There's nothing like getting eaten up by mosquitoes and being on vacation. It's so miserable. And I've had situations where I got tons of bug bites and had to be on like an 8 to 10 hour flight afterwards and they itched the whole way home. It's awful. So it's better to just have your bases covered and make sure you bring something for the bugs. Number 5, travel pack of disinfectant wipes. I know I'm such a mom, okay, and I have disinfectant wipes in my purse. I carry them in my car. But I carried an entire, like one of those little packs of them, but it was pretty big, a big size pack of them in my backpack. I went through over half of it in 2 weeks. You just never know when you're gonna need it. I use them every night to wipe off my phone because if you think of, like, you just forget about the fact that you're touching your phone with your hands after you've touched who knows what. And you set it down on surfaces and you don't know where you've put it. And so I like to have disinfectant wipes to go ahead and wipe my phone off every night before I go to bed or before I eat or something. I also sometimes other people around you need them. I went in the airport one time and had my disinfectant wipes, and this poor mom had a little girl who she had all this congestion and she had thrown up all over the airport floor and she was so embarrassed, and she's like, it's not COVID, I promise. And I felt so bad for her. I'm like, it's okay, here's some wipes. And I gave her like a big old handful of them, and she was able to like clean at least a little bit of it up off the floor so that she felt like she wasn't, you know, just leaving this puddle of vomit on the floor at the airport. The airport obviously came and cleaned it up, but I was just glad to have that there for her, because it was just like a kind of a moment of panic for her, and so at least I was able to have those for her. I also use them to wipe off things in the airplane, my seat, the window, the seat belts, whatever. I know people disinfect stuff. I've been doing this for years. I always take disinfectant for the airplane. If I'm gonna be sitting there for several hours and I don't know who's been touching it or eating off of it, I'm gonna make sure that I am cleaning it. Number 6, comfortable walking shoes. Depending on where you're going, obviously it's the type of shoe that you're gonna wear is probably going to be different, but most places you go, you're gonna be walking. And it's nice to have some comfortable walking shoes. Sometimes 2 pairs of comfortable walking shoes, so you can switch them out so they don't, because different shoes rub on your feet different. So you might wanna have 1 pair, switch it out the next day and go back and forth so you don't get blisters. Number 7, I always like to bring some sort of hat or visor or something to keep the sun off of my face and out of my eyes. That's just kind of a must for me. Depends on where I'm going, the type of hat I wear, but I pretty much always bring some sort of hat with me. Especially, I mean, some places it's just because it's cold, but I almost always have a hat. Number 8, I like to bring a concealed money bag with me for my passport, valuables, you know, big bills if I'm carrying, you know, a good amount of money with me, and I wear it underneath my clothes. You can get the lanyard ones that you can actually fit underneath your clothes. Sometimes when I wear those, I wear the lanyard around my waist and tuck the actual pouch inside my pants. Now, you know, it just kind of depends on your clothing situation and what works best for you, but I would do that because then it was easily accessible around my waist. They also make the pouches that I got from this last trip, and it's actually like a fanny pack that lays very flat against your skin. And that was a great item for me to carry, especially if you're gonna be in a big city or someplace where you just wanna feel like your stuff is secure and it's close to your person and it's not in your back pocket, it's not in the front pocket of your backpack or your purse where it's easy to, for pickpockets and things like that. So I just feel a little bit more secure when I have my valuables really, really close to me. Number 9, always bring sunscreen. You do not want to be burnt when you're on trips, and really, honestly, you should be wearing sunscreen on a regular basis. We're exposed to the sun all the time, and no matter where you're going, even if you're going to cold places, you still could be exposed to the sun there. So I always travel with some sort of sunscreen, even if it's just like a facial sunscreen. But if you're going somewhere where there's gonna be a beach or it is gonna be really hot, you know, you're gonna want it everywhere. So sunscreen is a must for me. And then the last one, number 10, is clothes that can mix and match really well. Nothing like taking ginormous suitcases full of stuff and you like wear one item, like each item once. It's so great when you can mix and match your clothes. They all kind of match together. I mean, yeah, add a couple of things for a pop of color, but it's really nice when you've got a lot of neutrals, and several shirts go with several of your pants. You got a skirt and a pair of jeans and a pair of leggings, and they all match the different tops that you've got. You can get really creative with scarves and accessories and hats and things like that, and maybe go more neutral with your wardrobe so that you're not overpacking on clothing. That's one of those tips that just really saves you from bringing way more than you actually need to bring. So those are my top 10 things to bring on vacation. I'm sure there's some things that I'm missing, and there's obviously lots and lots of different items that you can bring. So what are your top picks? What are the essentials for you when you're going on a trip? Obviously I didn't put things like hand sanitizer on there and stuff like that, but those are things that I carry in my purse all the time anyway. So there's just some that are givens for me, you know, my skincare and deodorant, things like that. But a couple other things that I thought might be helpful for you guys if you are getting ready to go on vacation. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.